Hello, this is the fifth session in which we are going to take an example and get the descriptive statistics values directly from JASP, and we'll also try and get values as far as possible from Excel sheet and compare how much time and accuracy we are getting in JASP and Excel. Just a small correction which I from the previous video. So when I was explaining box plot, I made some conclusions regarding the positive and negative skewness of using the median line, but I don't think we can do that directly from there, because if we have such box plot and my median is not at the center of first and the third quartile, so I also made a small error while in initially when I was describing quartiles, this was the first quartile, but that is wrong. That is one of the quartile. That's what I meant at that time. This is the first quartile, this is the median line, which is the second quartile, this is the third quartile. So that is one clarification, and the other is regarding skewness. So I concluded that if the median line goes up or down, that will be some positive or negative skewness, but I don't, or we should not be directly guessing on what the positive or negative side of the skewness will be, because we do not have the line where the mean lies, or where is the mean in this box plot. We only have the data or the line regarding quartiles and the median. So we need a comparison between mean and median to decide where my it's positive or negative skewness. So we should not make a conclusion based on box plot that it is positive or negative skewed, but we can obviously say that it is not perfectly symmetric, it is skewed. So that is one of the uh, assumption which or conclusion which we can make. Then okay, let's continue with the example. So over there we are will try and compare the accuracy of the result, the time required, the convenience. So in Excel you should recall that we need to remember some formulas, or there are some suggestions of formulas which come up when we type something or some formula in the cell, but we need to have some idea of what type of formulas are there and the user friendliness. So obviously Excel has more options and JASP is little limited, but just does almost all of the actions which we want to do. So over here I have the data set which we have been using since some time, which has number of villages in a district across India, and we were doing the same descriptive analysis on the same data set. So in JASP we have made the table where I have, let's take all the values: mean, median, mode, sum, and then we have quartiles already. So first, second, and third quartile are there. We have variance. So we have taken almost all the values, and let's copy this table in our Excel sheet where my distribution is. So maybe I'll directly go to the bottom. So, okay, fine. Okay, so let's just copy the table which we have got from there, and we have some 680 entries, out of which 25 were missing. The mean was this, median, mode, standard deviation, interquartile range, and some other values. So let's try and get the values over here. So let's start with mean. So the mean, the formula will be average. Okay, so I can just press tab and it will take the formula from there, and we need the average of this second column, which is the number of villages. So I'll press, so I can go from here like this manually, but that is not a very feasible way because it's a very large data set. So press Control Shift, and then so it goes to the top. I press the top arrow, so it goes to the first cell in that row, in that column, and then I can deselect again. So that's, I can press the Control Shift upper arrow and then deselect the first row. and press enter. So I've got the median, mean, and which is same as what we have already. So that is exactly same. That is because an approximation error or decimal point error. Then we have standard deviation. So that formula will be standard deviation S, and it takes based on the sample dot S, and dot P takes based on the population. So we'll take this, and again I'll press Control Shift upper arrow and then deselect the first row and press enter, and we have got the standard deviation again, which is approximately correct. Then we have minimum value, first quartile. So minimum value will be, so there are two ways which we can get minimum. This is where we can get, just type mean and tab, and again the same data point. We have got the minimum value, but let's just copy this and make our life simpler. So the maximum value again will be, I just need to change this to max. We have got the maximum value, which is correct again. Then median, so there is a formula for median also. So I'll just copy paste the, change this to median. Median is also the same, 785.5. Then skewness, we can type SKEW, and so skewness was over here, it is 1.078, which is almost same. Then courtesies, so we can also write curt and take that. So I'll just paste my, sorry, and just change this to curt, right? So over here we have courtesies, which is almost same. So that's how we have made these values. Now the quartiles. So the first quartile will be equal to, like, QUAR, and over here we have the option. So again, let's just take that bracket so it's easier not to select every time. Now come over here, we have quartile. We need to use this one. So a single click won't make your job done. We need to double click over there and then put paste quartile. E is not there. So this is the range, but over here in the formula for quartile, we need to put the second parameter also. So that second parameter is indicating which is the quartile. So this is, if this is the first quartile, then we need to put first over there, and it gives the value of that 0. If we put 0 in that second bracket or the second value, that means it will return me the minimum value. If I put 1, it will return me first quartile. If I put 2, it will return me the 50th percentile or second quartile or median value, and accordingly. So we have made this. Then again, if I use this formula and just put 2 over here, I'll get the second quartile, which is over here 785.5, which is same as median. Then I can put 3 over here, which will return me the third quartile, which is correct. And the maximum value means I need to put 4. The maximum value is same, correct. And the last one is the minimum value, where I need to put 0. It will return me the minimum value, which is 0. So this was just for my reference. And okay, so we have made almost all the things, but we can see that over here we just need to click on the box and the value comes up. Over here we can obviously do some more things where the formulas, you need to know some formulas, but we can at least verify. So initially you should keep verifying and be familiar with what are the definition of all these parameters are, so later on you do not get confused. So that's the whole point of doing this. So that's all. Thank you. Just remember that I have made a couple of corrections based on the previous video, that how can we, how should we not conclude on it is positive or negative skewness, and the line of first and second quartile, first and third quartile. So this is the first quartile and this is the third quartile. So thank you.